What's up, Pizzaholics? One of those days today. I'm trying a pizza I don't usually go for. I don't typically go for. Right there behind me is a very popular spot associated with some of the best pizzas on Staten Island. Always mentioned in the same breath with the likes of Joe and Pat's and the Ninos. You ask somebody, where's the best pizza on Staten Island? Chances are somebody's gonna mention Lee's Tavern there behind me. Doesn't look like much. Little speakeasy here near a train station. Gotta love Lee's Tavern, guys. You go in there, everybody's a throwback. Customers, old school, Italian, Irish, Americans, talking about old movies. People in there talking about the Deer Hunter and old Robert De Niro movies, and a lot of Archie Bunkers in there, and supposedly some good pizza. So we're gonna try it. Let's go eat, folks. All right, guys, what do we got? What do we have, guys? A very, very highly regarded pizza here. Very airy and cracker-like. Look at that, guys. A piece of the crust chipped off. Very thin, very light. But does it have some volume? Is it airy? Does it have some fluff? Is it pliable? No. I mean, it's a bar pie. Very neat on the separation. Good cheese, smells good. Sauce smells fantastic. Getting a nice funk. Absolutely a grated cheese on this pizza. Boy, was I in the mood for pizza today, guys. What else is new? Is that surprising? I've had Lee's a dozen times at least. I remember when I first went to Lee's, I was like, whoa, what is this? What sort of specimen is this? I wasn't used to seeing a pizza like this, which was completely different than what you usually see in all of New York City. You know, the gas oven, football pizza, if you will. You know, the big pies and floppy pies. This was thin, and it was a thing of its own. And I remember being smitten by the pizza. I remember just being so wowed by it because it was just so different. This isn't a typical pie. It's absolutely very unique. It's absolutely very unique. All right, guys, what do you say we move on into the lab and dissect what is known as one of Staten Island's finest, guys. That's right. Lee's Tavern here before your eyes. Absolutely fits the mold of a tavern style pizza. Absolutely. Very thin, flaky. Shatters like glass when you move it around. Not one of my favorite pizzas, and that is one of the reasons why. But you know what? I've had a lot of tavern style pizzas in my life. I've had, maybe not a lot, but I've had enough to know that this is one of the better ones, guys. It's not like a dense cracker. Nothing worse than a dense cracker to me. Yeah, it's not the most pliable crust. It's not exactly my favorite crust in the world. Not by far. I sure prefer this over like a Nancy's Townhouse, you know? I think Nancy's Townhouse was not as airy as this. And let me tell you, the color on this pizza isn't bad at all. It's really nice. Look at that beautiful dark char on the brim. Lots of char on this pie, guys. It's on the well done side, absolutely. It's pale in some spots. A little paler in some spots. The char isn't exactly even, but it's there. It's there. It's not exactly smoky coal-fired char, not by far. Usually with bar pizza, sometimes the bread is just, doesn't taste great. I'm not sure how much love goes into the making of these bar crusts, these bar-style crusts. How much time and effort and fermentation goes into the process. But The basil, which wasn't too bad, guys. I kind of got a little kick from it. Not the brightest green, not the brightest basil in the world, but there was a bit of aroma coming from that herb right there. Now, the cheese to sauce ratio wasn't too bad. I just didn't like the way they ladled the sauce onto the pie. It seems to be put on all on the middle of the pie, and you get these dry patches of nothing but cheese and crust throughout. And so whoever made this pizza did not apply the tomato sauce carefully, because as you can see, guys, the sauce distribution is quite uneven. At least it wasn't sweet. This is not a sweet sauce. It's really fresh. Tomatoes are nice and bright, and it's probably the best thing about this pie. I must say I was thoroughly surprised by the freshness and the brightness of these tomatoes. But it was nice and savory, a slight sweet finish, but naturally sweet, guys, not sugary sweet or anything like that. Now, I had issues with this mozzarella. It was a bit plasticky. It had the texture of plastic. It lacked fat. It was very bland. It lacked salt as well. I had to go home and put salt on this thing. It wasn't stringy or rubbery. It was a bit bland. Fresh mozzarella doesn't have the highest amount of fat content, and so some fresh mozzas could be a little bland, but they're healthy, and that's why I love them. They're very, very, very healthy and creamy, and it's always an extra plus, guys, when you got a nice kick from a nice hard cheese. Nothing wrong with that. Are you kidding? A hard cheese on a bar pie? Lots of hard grated cheese sprinkled throughout. All right, guys, it's about that time. The pizza gets cold. We give it another fold, folks. Let's grab a slice and give it another fold. Man, those trains just keep passing by. Like one every 3 minutes. All right, what do we grab here? Some of these are small. Some of these are really small. I mean, they cut this very uneven. I mean, some of these slices are really tiny. Look at that. Stiff as a board. You don't have to bend it. It's bar pizza at its best. This is why people love it. Cooks really fast. Sometimes you still get the flour on the bottom of the crust, but it looks pretty decent. A little pale. Most slices are not. I think this is one of the paler slices, and this one has a little flour on it. You know, pizza this thin probably cooks really fast. Cool down. Does it retain its crisp? So the cracker-like crust suits a beer drinker. Someone who likes to socialize and drink while they do that. It's light. You can put more beer in your belly because of that fact. And that's why Tavern Style Pizza is made in this style, folks. And even though I don't prefer this style, I gotta admit, guys, this is one of the better ones. One of the better ones. I'm gonna give it the 7.2. I like it a little better than Nancy's Townhouse. Really light and airy. The sauce was absolutely the standout on this pie. So get the Margherita. Staten Island's elite. I put this place in the elite category. Not my favorite. I'm giving it a 7.2. But people swear by this place. Countless YouTube videos about it. So, yeah, check it out. Come on down. Guys, I got some goodies here. Just ask anybody who recommends Lee's Tavern, and they will always tell you, make sure you order their Buffalo Calamari. Now, what makes it so special? The sauce. Nice element of vinegar to it. Very tangy and spicy. I'm probably not going to eat that whole dressing there, but I'm going to kiss my calamari with it a little bit. It's really spicy. On a scale, I don't know what it is on the Scoville scale. If I were to rate the heat factor, it's a 3 out of 5. It's not too bad. It's pretty spicy. Good balance. The blue cheese really cools it off and kind of balances that spice, as you know, guys. Anything creamy or dairy-based is liable to tone down that spice level and kind of soothe your palate if it indeed gets too spicy. As for me, guys, you know me. Nothing's too spicy for me, but nothing like blue cheese dressing and anything buffalo. And their calamari is so tender. You got to order it inside. It was crazy noisy in there, but I recall it being a little crispier. Obviously, the coating of the breading is going to sog up a little bit in the foil there. But calamari, that's tender, because you don't get that all the time, guys. I've eaten at some pretty good restaurants where their fried calamari is like pieces of rubber. Not the case here. Perfect balance between tart vinegar and slightly tangy sweet buffalo sauce. And guys, if you can, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. Smash that subscribe button. Totally appreciate the viewership, guys. So, yeah, looking forward to our correspondences as always. And until next time, keep those bellies full, folks. Preferably with some thin and crispy bar-style pizza and a couple of beers to go with it. Until next time, this is Antonio signing off.